Hey, shalom, Israel, shalom, my people scattered abroad, 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Under Christ, the Holy Messiah, the King of Israel, Yahushua in the Hebrew. What we doing is a review of our books that we went through yesterday. I know a little bit might have been kind of blurry. The lighting was kind of dim. But this is a close-up of the books to let y'all know we ain't had nothing. Of course, the main source, Holy Bible, meaning sacred books. Basic instructions before leaving Earth, 1611 King James Version. Authorized to be translated in 1611, not written in 1611. King James, the brother, the black man, authorized 47 Hebrew and Greek scholars to translate the Bible from Hebrew and Greek into English so we could have it. So the Bible is not 400 years old, it's thousands of years old. This is the 1611 Bible with the Apocrypha in it. Open it up for y'all. Apocrypha. If y'all don't think the Apocrypha is a divine book or the Bible, whatever, Apocrypha is in the Bible. The complete work. Alright? Moving on. We got King James the sixth and the first and the reunion of Christendom. When we tell you that King James was a black man, this is why we say that. King James the sixth and the first and the reunion of Christendom by W.B. Patterson. Cambridge Studies in Early and Modern British History. Here we go right here. The brother King James, who authorized the Bible to be translated. Right there. That's not a Caucasian. Ask yourself, why is it you don't see that picture when you Google it? You feel me? We got his family records too. We'll be doing an in-depth study on him to further prove that he was a man of color, a brother. You dig? Next book we got is Judea Trembles Under Rome by Rudolph Windsor. Alright, you flip into here. Right here, these are the brothers that we showed y'all yesterday. This picture below was taken from the book Lost Tribes of Myth by Dr. Allen Godby, Duke University. And he wrote that in 1930. And it says, Judean Hebrews from Upper Senegal, West Africa. These men are the descendants of the ancient Judean nation. Their ancestors fled from Jerusalem before the arrival of the Roman armies, which were under the command of Vespasian and General Titus in 70 A.D. They took heed to Christ's warnings. When you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the abomination thereof draweth nigh, or the desolation thereof draweth nigh. Get up out of there. And the brothers got up out of there. Again, these are not Caucasians. These are brethren. Look at them. All right, moving on to the next book. African Presence in Early Europe. Alright, by Ivan Van Sertima. And if you see, it's a brother on the front in medieval Europe going to discuss some business with a pope. Alright, I think his name was Maurice or something like that. He was a Moor, Maurice the Moor. Alright, by Ivan Van Sertima. I borrowed this from the library if you catch my drift. Alright, we're going to flip on over here. Page 122. See that this is an ancient depiction of Black Madonna encrusted with jewels, 14th or 15th century AD in Russia. Look at that. Over on the walls in Russia. They know the Messiah and his mother, black. See that? The whole world know, y'all. We the only ones that don't know. Look at that. He got a little afro. Now, we are no way, shape, form, or fashion to make graven images against the commandments. So like we saying, dark people ruled Europe, man, but all of them wasn't righteous, you dig? But they left images so we could look back and see. He got a fro too. Look at the fro. This is in Russia. See that? I'm gonna flip on over. That's another one. Yeah, excuse the camera work a little taste. Again, this is African presence in early Europe. And look at the image of who they would call Mary and her son. Feel me? Look at the ancient depiction of Messiah, baby Christ with a fro. Ask yourself why we don't see these over here in our medias. And all that. This right here is a sister, a royal sister of a noble family. All right. You see the crown? I'm gonna read the caption for y'all. Y'all probably can't see the caption, but it says, put it back on her. It says, family crest from Britain. Trip off that. Look at the curly hair. Look at the nose, the lips, the cheekbones. It says family crest from Britain with promenoid Africoid features. Last century, where Martin described the western islands of Scotland. He remarked that the complexion of the natives of Skye was for the most part black. Of the natives of Jura, he said that they were generally black, and Iran that they were generally brown and of a black complexion. Mac Ritchie photo from Preston Collection. Look at that. That picture's also on in another book, Nature Knows No Color Line, but that's blown up right there. Alright. Put it past one. This is another one. Look at this sister right here. You can't tell me that ain't no sister. And you'd have thought she was in Africa. She's in Europe. See that? Look at the curly hair and the lips and the nose. What it say? It says, this is what the caption says. I'm gonna keep it on there so y'all can see the picture. Family crest from Britain with pronounced Africoid features. The first inhabitants of Britain, and more especially those of the northern parts, were craniologically of a type approaching to the Negro. Straight up. And many more. We end up getting her. Let me see. There's one more in here. That's it for that book. Again, that's African Presence in Early Europe by Brother Ivan Van Sertima. Alright. We have here next is Hebrewisms of West Africa, from Nile to the Niger with the Jews by Joseph J. Williams. And in here shows a migration chart of our people from ancient Jerusalem all the way up here down to West Africa, where we just picked up slave trade all up in here, and all this was called Negro land up in there. You feel me? We wasn't even coming this way. We migrated this way as well. So you ever wonder how when y'all ran up out of Jerusalem in 70 AD, how y'all end up all the way on the West Coast? This is the migration chart. Book written in the early 1900s, man. Again, Hebrewism of West Africa by Joseph J. Williams. Next book we got, Nature Knows No Color Line. J.A. Rogers again. Alright, it's a couple excellent book to have. Picture of the Ethiopian. See that? That's what the Ethiopians. Let nobody tell you they ain't dark. You can't even dispute it. I don't even know no historian with any type of sense that try to tell you the ancient Egyptians and Cushites or Ethiopians was white. That don't even make no damn sense, man. But that's Ethiopian. So when the historians like Cornelius Tacitus said that the Jews, and he lived 2,000 years ago, he said that the Jews they believe was of an Ethiopian race, and he was writing this looking at Jews. You see that? That's what the Ethiopians look like, and pursuant to Amos 9 and 7, are ye not as the children of Ethiopia, to me ye children of Israel. Alright. There's plenty more. We just wanted to go back over here and get y'all, so couldn't nobody be pulling no punches. Right here, this is a family, Negroes of Arms and British families. These are the Moors of Yorkshire. Right there, that's Sir Thomas the More, Chancellor to Henry VIII. And that's one of the pictures we just seen in African Presence to Early Europe. The first person to to the right of the camera, that woman with that crown beneath her. And then that's a man, that's another woman with a crown beneath her. One of these is King James' mother, the other one is his grandmother. Mary, Queen of Scots, and Mary of Geese. I think I said Queen Anne at first. It may be a mistake. Forgive me on that. That's the same picture again right there. This is two different books written in two different times by two different people. Showing you these are Negroes in Europe. The Dark Ages. When Rome fell, it went under control. The majority of Europe went under control of so-called black folks. Why you call it the Dark Ages, man. And we held prominent positions in Europe, amongst many other spots. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get mad, but hey, it is what it is, man. German families. German families. Note the Negroes wearing crowns and archbishops. Look at the crowns. That says Negroes and coats of arms of noble families. Many more. Moving on. Alright, what we have here is Lost Tribes in the Promised Land by Ronald Sanders. And this is a picture of Mansa Musa. We mentioned him in the video we just did. But this is a brother Hebrew brother that converted to being a Muslim around the 1300s. And what you see him holding in his hand is the largest gold nugget in the world at that time. It's a brother. He's bearded. See his beard, and he got a regular garment on. That's a Hebrew. That's how we get down. That's how we roll. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is Lost Tribes in the Promised Land. And in this book, it goes into detail about the Native Americans and how they got their connection to the 12 tribes of Israel as well. These are actually Spanish journals translated into English. All right. We have here is Africa's Gift to America by J.A. Rogers again. Again, he's a brother. He was a historian. Lived during the early 1900s, man, and he did a lot of his own traveling and handled his business and did his own research. This is that map we was trying to show y'all. I really can't. It says Negro Land right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I was trying to zoom in a little bit, but every time I tried to zoom in, it get a little blurry. But this is that ancient map of Africa in the 1650s. That's the Ethiopic Ocean right there. But this whole area is called Negro Land on the map. And the script in the Babylon Timbuktu was stating that Jews lived from the Atlantic Ocean all the way over here to India as late as 400 AD. You see that? See that? We ain't pulling no punches, man. And this is a brethren that was ruling in West Africa. Right here, brother name is King Manamatapa, and that's Hebrew, believe it or not. Look at that brother with that fro and that scepter in his hand. And look, the scriptures say he has a great number of them in his army, which give great help to the men. Read that again. There are women in his guard. He has a great number of them in his army, which give great help to the men. He also has a great number of elephants. His subjects are black. Shit, he black. Brave and swift runners. And he has very fast horses. Idolaters, sorcerers, adulterers, and thieves are severely punished. Sound like he rolling with the law of the God of Israel, man. Look at that. Look at that fro. All right, moving on. Ancient picture history. Picture history of the Jewish civilization. And it's important for y'all to read these books, man, because if you just tripped off the cover, you wouldn't even pick it up. Look like a heathen, don't it? That's why it's important, man, to go into these books, because sometimes they'll stumble out there and mess up and put the truth out there, man. The Hebrews and biblical period, right here. This picture we trying to show y'all yesterday. That's clear. That's a brother. That is not a Caucasian. The Hebrews and what? Biblical period. So it's impossible for Israel to leave looking like this as Negroes and being mistaken for Ethiopian and Egyptians, and they come back in 1948 all looking like Steven Spielberg, Caucasians. And where they do that, where that happened at? That's impossible. But if y'all don't know, the Jewish people, y'all know that they are converts to the Jews' culture, the biblical Hebrews. All right, and that says a Semitic prisoner painted on terracotta from the period of the 19th dynasty. That's in Egypt. A Shemite prisoner. And yeah, y'all that don't know, the children of Israel, yeah, we dark skinned. We come from Shem, not Ham. Ham is the father of the dark races, not the Negroes. This is another picture of more slaves in Egypt. You can look close. You can see the yokes of irons around their necks. All right. Again, that's from the 19th dynasty as well. I'm going to give y'all, it says, okay, editor-in-chief is Bazalel Narkis. Co-editors is Samuel Abramsky, David Fluser, Abraham Schalt, and Michael Ziv. Most of those are imposter Jews, you see. But when you reach back into antiquity and go into history, it only shows that Israel is a black nation, man. These are grape gatherers doing labor in Egypt. Froze on there. They in they drawers, some of them naked, doing work for the Egyptians. And you telling me those are native Egyptians? Yeah, right, man. Every great empire was built off slave labor. You Egyptologists ain't got a leg to stand on, man. All right, a couple more things. Brothers with froze loading up ships in drawers once again. Look at that. That's Pharaoh shooting at black folk. Why y'all thinking just because you got black skin, we all one people? That ain't how the ancient world got down, man. Again, that's picture history of the Jewish civilization. And on page 94 in here, it calls the Romans Edomites. For y'all that don't think they're Japheth. Alright, this is the ancient world by Citrus International Library of Knowledge. On the front, we got Egyptians. Remember, Jews like Paul in Acts 21:38 were mistaken for Egyptians. Look at what the Egyptians look like. See that? Christ fled into Egypt, running from Herod. We ran into Egypt, fleeing the Romans in 70 A.D. Why to hide amongst people that look like us? If we was a lily blind Caucasian, what are we doing hiding amongst Negroes? You'll stick out. How did Joseph's brothers not recognize him when they came down into Egypt amongst the dark Egyptians? How come if the Hebrews are white, how come they didn't just look at their brother and say, oh, that's one of us? They couldn't even recognize Joseph because Joseph was dark-skinned just like the Egyptians. Israel's a dark-skinned nation, for y'all that don't know. All right, and this is page... Matter of fact, before the Caesars took over Rome, this is a picture of descendants of Japheth, Etruscans. Look at these brothers, dark-skinned. Dark-skinned. So you gotta get into the history on how Esau conquered the mountains, and conquered the Japhetic lands. These are Roman soldiers. See that? Flip on over. I don't think we got to pull this picture out. This picture right here. Bang. See that? You probably really can't see, but those are locks, like twisties and nappy birds. And you see them brothers praying with their hands spread out? It says the Assyrian soldier drives Jews into captivity. See that? How did Israel leave looking like this, but come back looking like Steven Spielberg and Benjamin Netanyahu? What, they DNA just mutated or something? The Israelites have always been a black people, man. People of color, mistaken for Africans, Egyptians. You feel me? You white, you so-called Caucasians have stolen everybody's history, including the Jews, man. Christ is a Jew and described as a black man. So how, with woolly hair, dark skin, and red eyes. And he's the king of the Jews, or the king of Israel. So you telling me he came looking opposite of what his people look like? Don't make any sense. Last one we got right here, and we're going to get up out of here, is Imperial Rome by Moses Hadass. All right. Imperial Rome. Go up in here. And you see, look at these brothers right here, man. This is a depiction of Gladiator. Look at that. Look at that brother with that fro. Who you think the gladiators was in Rome fighting for their life? Look at that. These are not Caucasians. He may have a heathen by the head from the whoop of all those. You look on down. See that? See that brother with that fro? See these brothers? Look at that. Froed out, bearded up. These are brothers. These are people that look like the Negro in America, man. You see that? Look at them froze. Look at that brother right there, boy. He about to whoop somebody. Fro, bird. Ye are great people, so-called Negro of America. Believe that, man. Dig, and these are the brothers that once Rome fell in 293 A.D. These are the brothers that two of them took Eastern Europe, two of them took Western Europe. And they sat on thrones. These are not Caucasians, and if you look close, they done took off some of them brothers' noses. You know what I'm saying? This devil always try to hide the truth, man. But the gig is up, and what they're doing, they're hugging after they just had a victory, and bros just hugging each other up or whatever. I'm gonna read the caption. It says, sharing the rule, tetrarchs whom Diocletian, second from the right. That's Diocletian right there. Not a lot of y'all may have heard of Diocletian, Roman warrior. But he was a brother though. Look at him. Look at these brothers. Second from right, established to help administer the empire in 293 A.D. are shown embracing in this stone sculpture now standing in Piazza di San Marco in Venice. Y'all see that? So yeah, we just wanted to go back over that, y'all, and you know what I'm saying, give an understanding on and show, with greater clarity the pictures that we were showing during that video we made yesterday, going through our history. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm pretty sure some of it was blurry or whatever, but y'all forgive us for that. We ain't pulling no punches and we ain't ducking nothing down here. So, with that being said, all praise to the Most High and His only begotten Son, the Holy Messiah, the King of the Jews, Mashiach Yahushua. And for real, man, all these books, we got plenty more, but all these books you can find easy on Amazon, especially this one. They'll ship it to you from London. King James VI and the First and the Reunion of Christendom, Cambridge Studies in Early and Modern British History. Boy, look at that. That's a brother. Y'all see that? Curly hair. Look at his nose, lips, cheeks. Right? And when you get into this book, boy, it's further proof that he was not no white homosexual, man. I mean, this man was born into a war for the throne of Scotland. He was crowned King of Scotland at age 1. Then he took the throne of England in 1603. You feel me? Then he put all Jesuits and all them about his kingdom. Man, he straight had beef with the Pope, but he was trying to get on one accord, but the Pope didn't want to do it. So he kept sending Jesuit agents at the brother and attempting to assassinate the brother, but the Most High preserved him until he authorized the translation of the scriptures, man. This was a brother. This is not no lily blind white boy right here. You feel me? Again, they couldn't whitewash this image because it was drawn on cloth and not canvas. You feel me? But this is in the British Library and the archives over in London and Britain, in Cambridge University, man. You know, so ye are great people, man. We touched every part of the world, from Europe to Africa to Asia to South America, North America. You know, we all over the globe, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered abroad, commandments keeping the faith of Christ. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, the Son of the Most High Yahweh got next. Shalom.